for this time of silence, this time of being. And take the time to breathe in deeply. And most importantly, slow down the exhale, releasing and letting go of any tension that may still be there after your sleep, little kinks that may have come up during the sleep process. And continue to focus on your breath. And this morning's word is silence. And so you can either focus on the word silence or returning to a word or words that are significant for you. I am, Om. Divine Spirit is the animating force in, through, and around all of life. It is the creative source of everything, eternally expressing His joy, beauty, grace, and peace. As Spirit is in all places, fully expressing, it is right here in each breath that we take. Every cell in our bodies are an expression of the One. Every thought we think is the creative mind expressing through each of us, individually and collectively. Every beat of our heart is the rhythm of divine spirit flowing through us, the animating force expressing in our life. The vitality and rebirth that is expressing in the springtime is evidence of the divine regenerative spirit. I affirm that this is happening in our lives, in the lives of our spiritual community and the Center for Spiritual Living. We feel and experience the expression of divine light, the Christ consciousness, and that brings us into a state of peaceful acceptance of the good that is in the world. We claim it, we affirm it, this for all beings in all forms. Humbly in love and in thanksgiving for this celebration of a new way of being as spring begins in our world, in our community, and within ourselves. I release this and accept that this spirit takes place in divine mind. Breathing in and relaxing, I let it be, and so it is. Crystal, how about our definition this morning?
I just want to say that my book says awareness, but you said today's word is silence.
Silence.
All right.
I sent you the new silence.
No.
I screwed you. Don't have it. I'm
Just-
sorry,
It's
Sam.
exactly the same except for the title.
Okay.
All the content's the same.
Okay. So silence, absence of any sound or noise, stillness, the state of fact or being silent, muteness.
Peggy, how about the quote?
The little time spent in the quiet each day, alone with one's God, that we may make and keep our connection with the infinite source. Our source and our life will be a boon to any life. It will prove, if we are faithful, to be the most priceless possessions that we have. In tune with the infinite, Ralph Waldo Trine.
And Terry, how about the Bible?
Luke 9:36. And when the voice was heard, they found Jesus alone, and they kept silent. And in those days, they did not tell any man what they saw.
And today's affirmation is, I accept the silence as the gift of inner peace and calm. Ron, have you got our story for the day?
Oh, I sure do. Thank
I
you.
figured you would.
Yeah. Okay. Couple beginning quotes. This is from Max Ehrmann's Desiderata, which is 100 years old this year. The first line, go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. And from Rumi, let silence take you to the core of life. Today's reading is from a book Silence by Thich Nhat Hanh. I recommend it. And it's a story about Buddha. One time when the Buddha was staying at the Jetavana Monastery in India, while the 200 resident monks were preparing for the annual rainy season retreat, 300 more monks arrived from Kasambe. The monks were all happy to see others again and were talking together loudly. Hearing the noise from his room, the Buddha asked his senior disciple, Shariputra, "What is all that commotion?" Shariputra answered, "There are some brothers coming in from Kasumbe. They're celebrating their reunion with a lot of loud chatter and losing their mindful manners. Please forgive them." The Buddha said, "If they're going to be raucous, they have to go elsewhere. They cannot stay here." The Buddha wanted to teach the monks about using their energy in more conscious and meaningful ways. Shariputra announced to the monks what the Buddha had said. The monks quieted down and moved to another location nearby to have their rainy day retreat. Throughout those 90 days of retreat, the monks remembered what the Buddha had taught about not losing themselves in idle chatter. They cultivated mindfulness and concentration wholeheartedly. And by the end of the retreat, they had realized quite a lot of transformation. It's not that they had become heavy, serious, or solemn. In fact, their faces were brighter and their smiles fresh. At the conclusion of the retreat, the monks wanted to go back and thank the Buddha for his correction. When that news reached Shariputra, he told the Buddha, "Dear teacher, the monks have finished their retreat and they want to pay their respects to you." The Buddha allowed the monks to come in and he joined his palms in greeting. It was about 7 o'clock in the evening. Around 300 monks, plus a couple of hundred resident monks, sat with the Buddha in the big meditation hall. Teacher and students sat together in silence from 7 o'clock until midnight, no one saying a word. Ananda, the Buddha's attendant, went to the Buddha and said, "Dear respected teacher, it's about midnight. Is there anything you want to tell the monks?" The Buddha did not reply. And they all continued like that until 3 o'clock in the morning, just sitting together without saying anything. The attendant, Ananda, was a bit perplexed, so he went again to the Buddha and said, "It's now 3 o'clock. Is there anything you want to say to these monks?" But the Buddha just went on sitting in silence with everyone. At 5 o'clock in the morning, Ananda came again and insisted, "Dear teacher, the sun is coming up. Aren't you going to say anything to the monks?" The Buddha finally spoke. "What do you want me to say? Teacher and students sitting together peacefully and happily like that? Is that not enough?" So simply being able to see and appreciate one another's presence was a very big happiness. Although the experience was without any sound, it was infinitely more valuable than any sound would have been. And just a quick ending quote from Thich. Some notes here. Stop, breathe, and still your mind. What we all need is silence. Stop the noise in your mind and hear the wondrous sounds of life. So, thank you.
Thanks, Ron. Okay, our let's see, our affirmation for today is I accept the silence as the gift of inner peace and calm. And our practice is to avoid all gossip today. So sometimes that's hard, but we're gonna do everything we can. So today's beginning for journaling is when I am silent. When I am silent. go ahead and bring it to a close. And who would like to share with us what they wrote this morning? Go ahead, Spring.
Okay. When I am silent, I can become part of the stillness. I can truly listen to the sounds, voices, messages, sensations of all life's creations. Clock, refrigerator, heater are all things which breathe warmth or cooling into my world. Something periodically announcing their presence. In the stillness, possibilities come forth, just awaiting my receptivity. In the silence, there is peace, calm, and hope for learning from and about the mystery, God's presence within, patiently waiting to express through me without. In silent stillness, all seems possible, including a changed perception which answers some gnawing question. Bringing subconscious into the light, allowing further insight and awareness. I'm receptive to every possibility if I can examine and savor without distraction or noise, even if it is my own mind thinking automatic thoughts.
Thank you. Does anyone else like to share this morning? Barbara? Did I see your light come on?
Is it on now?
Yep.
Okay. I think I was muted. I am aware of God's presence and his messages for me when I am silent. I'm not concerned about what I need to say or do, rather what God calls me to do. Silence promotes clear thinking and uncluttered moments results. The sunrise, especially that here in Arizona, takes on a spiritual experience because it is a silent phenomenon. The peace of God that passes all understanding comes over me when I am silent. I feel renewed by his spirit, and I can focus on the doing of his will.
Thank you. Anyone else want to share this morning what you wrote? Michael?
When I am silent, I remember the bliss in the vastness of potentiality. For it is in the quiet hallways of my mind, I am at peace, able to be me in the perfect retreat of myself. It is here I find reality, the living spirit. It is in the silence where I hear the wisdom of higher self. It is in this silence that all answers are known, revealed. All beliefs that don't really matter are released into the nothingness from which they came. It is in the silence I'm in tune with the infinite.
Thank you. I don't know if you realize it or not, but we're on the home stretch. We only have 10 days left of our journaling or our time, or actually we have 9 days left of our journaling and our time together. So you might be in thought about gratitude for what has transpired within you during these last 30 days, because we begin day 30 tomorrow. So does anybody have anything else they would like to share before we pray us ourselves out? Terry, I'm going to ask you to pray, and Amy has asked us for prayer regarding her back today. So maybe you can include that in your final treatment.
What does she want regarding her back?
I think wholeness, let's just know that she just said, please hold me in prayer. So let's assume that she's asking for wholeness and a release of pain.
In the silence, I know God. I know the God within me and around me and through me. I know that Amy is part of this God and that all things in her life are moving forward, that she is supported, that there is wisdom and there is ease. I know that each of us are expressing God in the manner that we intend. And I know that our lives are filled with the joy and peace and the nature of God in each moment. And so today, as we move forward, remembering the silent moments, I give thanks. And with deepest gratitude, I release this and let it go. And we say together, and so it
And so
is.
it is.
So it is. Have a great day, everybody. Don't forget your affirmations and who you're grateful for today. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. Crystal, would you leave Sandy and I here together, please?
Thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
Thanks, everybody.
Glad you're all here. See you tomorrow.
Hasta mañana.
Hey, Eileen. I made you
Yes.
host without stop recording. Can you hit stop recording?
Can I hit stop recording?
Should
Let's
be
see,
in
I
the
just-
bottom center. Next to screen share.
There we go.
Perfect.